There it goes. Yeah. In there. This is kind of how it's gonna look. How it'll probably go. And here's to me hoping that you guys can hear me clearly. I'm just gonna work. I don't think I'm gonna talk too much, but hey, the mic is on. Command D, turn it off. Okay, cool. Anyways, here we go. Okay, so earlier I was kind of sharing this really interesting stuff going on. Essentially showing that you can use a data layer push to push an event that has a whole lot of other information in it. Sometimes you can use standard stuff, sometimes you have to use a data layer variable. But anyways, as promised, I'm not going to talk too much here. That was an example. Why does this matter? Well, it connects directly to GA4, and it gets into your conversions, your events. We'll just take a quick loop around. None of this is connected right now because I haven't figured out a way to show you guys a good example yet without giving you too much information. So we're going to do it this way for now until I get all this set up. So if you ever get into the back end of your setup and it looks like this means that you're not collecting data. It's not active on your site. So you're not actually getting anything. You have to set this up correctly. There's a couple of ways you can do it. You can put the actual measurement ID into, let's say, a WordPress plugin or something like that. Highly suggest against that. Highly suggest that you guys use GTM. GTM looks like this. You may go to your main site. You're going to see, where's my test? Something like this. And when you get here, you're going to have to build a workspace. So I have a couple. Let me see if I can play around with this one yet. Hell, I can actually jump over to something that I've already done. Let me think. Who do I want to use here? Let's use these guys. Okay, cool. So this is one of my favorite. Someone we did an audit with, and there's this right here at the top that you can see coming soon. Measurement ID will not change and no action is required, blah, 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 blah. So GA4 will change to Google Tags. What does that mean? Let's look at this. This is something I have to pay attention to right now. I never really did a whole lot with Google Tag because I always used Tag Manager instead. Early September, we're switching over. So there's no more configuration tag. Enhanced integration, perfect. We love hearing that. For example, here we go. Able to configure Google Tag to send conversions via Tag Manager. Nice. So that's a huge win because we used to have to do it something like this. I need to make sure that I'm always switching over tabs, huh? Yeah, I forgot about that. Anyways, that would look something like this. So we would use these Google Ads conversion tracking tags in order to get events over. Instead, now if I have an event, so let's say it's a GA4 event or something else. Let's see. Let me make sure I read this right. Configure agendas and conversions via. So this is Google Ads help. This is how they want it done. I don't ever really do set up conversions manually. I just haven't had to because I always use GA4. Let me give you guys an example of that real quick. I gotta think of a better way to do this. 1 second. Let me jump over to this guy. And instead of just sharing that one screen, I'm gonna share the whole thing. I have to at this point. It'll look something like this. Okay. Oh well, that's just how it's gonna be. Okay, cool. So if I get out of this and I jump over to Ads, to this guy, sign in, use this, she offers, this is like a little dummy account I've set up. And then we can go here. If I jump over the conversions, you're going to see that I can add conversions here. I don't know, it might be full right now, but essentially you can go to import from GA4, web for us. I use web, I don't really use the others. So I can import both of these, one from my account, one from a client account. But if I have newly generated lead, this idea that I was playing around with, I can import that here. Now, keep in mind that this is coming from GA4. If your servers redirect, add clicks, click ID is passed to your landing page. Verify that the click ID parameter is passed to your landing page. Done. Okay, let me look at this real quick. Or if they just want you to auto tag in order for them to count it. I don't really care about that though. There are like plenty of places to count that. And send it back to Google Ads once we're done with it. We kind of like, the container has an idea and a feature that allows you to essentially wash things before you send them over, right? That's really interesting to me. It's like enhanced or enriching the data before it goes back to the ad platform. That's fun. Okay, anyways, so I got some stuff that falls into a couple of different categories between video ask, submit. Video ask is a tool that we use. Let me just show you that real quick so you can see it. I think it's had video ask. I don't think I do anymore. Trying to be better about all these damn tabs, y'all. It's getting ridiculous, right? So this is our main offer. This is the audit. Just a little scatterbrain here. Get rid of some stuff. We got Google Optimize going on. We got some flicky videos. If you've seen our YouTube, you'll know that this is part of it. I don't know if this audio is going to transfer over or not. But essentially, we make a whole bunch of short form content through Flick. So it looks something like that. I'll jump over here. Hopefully I don't disturb my situation. Looks something like this. We have a ton of these flicky joints. These are simple, man. They're just meant to get a concept out there, get it tested well for us. And all this is stock footage. Some of these are, images that we put together. Most of them are not. Get that one up. Anyways. So that's always fun. Get rid of some of these. Raisley's good. Learned a lot there. Looked up some stuff there. There's more flicky images. Check us out on TikTok if you haven't already. I was showing Giselle this. A lot of our hard work is paying off, man. We don't get a whole bunch of followers, right? We don't get a whole lot of interactions. We get a decent amount of views. I mean, I wouldn't say a lot. This is in the hundreds, 9 times out of 10. However, where it actually matters is when I go into my system account. This is good though. I'm glad I'm showing the world my entire setup, because now you guys get to take a look at what I got going on. And I need to clean it up a bit. So I got this like 500 people coming into this one funnel. I got another funnel that's more 15 minutes free. That one's got 700. Just over this weekend, I think it's had a pretty decent amount. Let's take a look real quick. Let's go from Friday to now. 50 people. So nobody opted in, nobody bought anything yet. Frustrating, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I can quickly test this. That part is important to me. Being able to quickly test 300 over the last 30 days. So 10 people a day. Only a handful of leads. You see it. I'll just kind of go from there. But I was looking this up earlier. Changes between G-Tag and do you need it, right? For a long time, I was like, man, it doesn't matter, right? The real truth of it is it supports Google, but it does not support other ad platforms. So for that reason alone, it made me lean towards GTM. GTM is nothing more than a big ass container. So if I just jump over to this and I show you something I've set up for a client, I can go even, let me see if I can set up a separate workspace real quick. So if I'm working in this, and I can just add just about anything. Obviously, I can add stuff for Google. That's going to be standard in here. But there's also tons of other things we can add in, right? So let's say that you're using Facebook and you want to add a conversion event from Facebook in. Instead of just using the Facebook pixel directly on the website or whatever, I highly suggest use the Facebook archive. This is like the official, unofficial. I think this is Simo Havas, actually. I wonder who owns this. Here we go. Unofficial Google Tag Manager template. So this is great. And it's got an added event ID for the pixel fields for server-side deduplication, which is an issue you run into when you get more advanced. So it's really helpful to have this. So if I just add this template, I can drop whatever the pixel ID is. Let's pretend it's that. Might already have it in here. Let's see. Without being able to show you. No, I don't. So I usually put my pixel IDs into variables so that people can't easily see them. Because if you're smart, you know what you're doing, and you look through a website's code, you can kind of look at the source code and pick up different things that you probably shouldn't. So they've got this set up specifically for data layer integration, which is dope. But there's also just the opportunity to set up all the standard events right in here without any kind of mistakes or issues going on. Sending information directly over to Facebook from GTM. And what that does is it allows me to get kind of loose. So what I did is I took a standard event in Facebook. So I think it is this one. Here we go. Form start. So form interactions are a event that GA4 is responsible for. So if you go to GA4 and you go to events, you can look at the enhanced measurement events and you're going to see form interactions. So when I look at form interactions, that's one of a list of other things that I can automatically collect using GA4. So these are enhanced event measurement, right? And this is the reason why GA4 is so dope and people love it. It's because you have all this stuff tracked automatically. Form submit, form start. What else do you need, right? Well, there's also form not submitted, successfully. So I would want to see if someone's spamming my site and they keep getting unsuccessful on the form submit, right? I would want to see that, just like I would want to see if someone starts a form but they don't finish. There's form start, but along with it, we can pass a parameter for the ID of the form, the name of the form, and the destination of that form. So the URL where it's being submitted. It's nice to know these things. So let's imagine that I have all this information, but again, remember, this is analytics, so this isn't Google. I can pull all that to Google, but can I push it over to Facebook? Yeah, you can. So if I used a custom event, just like I did recently with a client, I can do it that way. I can also push in a variable value. So these are all standard. So let's say that I just wanted to push in the form element, or I don't know why you would want to do that. Maybe just a form ID, and I can make that happen based on a trigger. And that trigger could be based on a custom event. This event could be something that I set up inside called form ID push, something like that. Okay. And we could trigger it this way. And then I call it custom event. And I put the same name. And then I save this. So if I wanted form ID and I wanted to push over based on this, it could happen. Or I can make it happen based on, more likely, something like this. So every time there's a form start and I see that event come across my desk, I can then push over this form ID. Sorry if that was a little confusing. I confused myself, to be honest, on that one. But I'll say form start is the domino that triggers me to send over the form ID based on what I have captured. It's a standard event or a standard variable, but I can push that over to a certain pixel, right? Don't know why you would want to do that, but the idea is I can do that with just about anything here based on this particular domino. So if that form starts, I want to understand what's the page referred, what's the page URL. So now I know where that page, where the form submit took place. I mean, there's a million other ways for me to do that too, but let's do this. I can also see when this happens, what event is triggering this whole situation to happen. It's going to be the same. It'll say form event. If it matches, it should match. And you can do it that way, or I can just write it in like this, or I can write it in like this. So let's say that I have all these standard joints right here, but then I also want to go and create my own. I could go do that here. I could do an auto event variable of sorts, something that I want to do with the page. You can use a regex table. You can use a lookup table based on what's happening on the page. It's really, really dope. You can do something based on the first party cookie. If you've got that set, it gets strong. So then I can have a data layer variable called form start, right? And if that happens, then it's going to, this variable is going to, if this hits, or if this triggers, then this is going to hit, sorry. So this is the trigger, this is what hits. As long as you set the data layer variable, you have to set the data layer variable. If you don't have anything there, then it's going to be undefined and it will not do anything. So let's keep it simple, and let's just say I want to capture when someone adds to cart on this site. And I also want to look for an add to cart event. So what would that look like? Let's delete this and think through it real quick. Just a quick example, something simple, you know? So these are all the standard things that you can take a look at. It's not going to be, so this is the main category. Page view isn't really like abandoned cart necessarily, right? Abandoned cart is more so an action, or really the lack of completing the funnel, the checkout funnel. So I want to think of things like that. Page view, I can get all the way to a certain page and not check out, but based on that, I would have to kind of have a timer or wait for a certain thing to happen before I could call that an abandoned cart. It's not, doesn't have anything to do with clicking really. I might be able to get away with DOM ready, but we'll come back. User engagement, this sounds more interesting. Element visibility, let's say that the button is visible. So I have a button called checkout, right? And then every time this is on the screen, I can give it this percentage, or I can set a minimum in milliseconds. So then I gotta go milliseconds, somewhere around here. No, seconds, it's 1,000, I think. I wanna make sure I'm not screwing this up. Yeah, so I could say 5 seconds, or let's give them a little bit more, 15 seconds. So then I would just jump over and drop that in. So I could do it that way, right? This is the minimum on-screen duration for all visibility elements, or I could choose which ones. So if I want to choose, I then get to choose which one. So the click text will say checkout. I don't know. Not even that. It would be something else. I could say this is where the page path would be interesting, right? So let's say the page path is /checkout. So this is the visibility on this page path for this, regarding this element ID, right? So this element has to be visible. The checkout button, usually something like this. I'm not a developer, but you know, that's how they usually name stuff. So we can go that direction. Now let's look at the exact this client, and let's see if it makes sense. So I can do it something like this real quick. I don't know what's going on with my music right now. It's kind of messy. It'll fire, but it ain't gonna mean nothing. So this is a fake pixel ID and everything. Let's see if it works. Okay, preview. I'm gonna call it soon too, though. Let me get up early. This shit is not gonna work the way that I wanted to. I didn't get specific enough. So just to show you guys an example, I click on this guy and I go to add to cart. This is how it's supposed to work, at least. I do have /checkout. I mean, as long as this button, it says place order though. So let's make it say place order here. Watch this. If your trigger doesn't get triggered, then nothing's going to happen, right? What I like to do is really take a look. You can inspect. I like to do that. It says button type, submit. Name, WooCommerce checkout, place order. ID is place order. Data value, place order. Value, place order. And then that's the button. So I can go class. I'll just go name. I like this name. Oops. Let me copy this real quick. Copy the element. I guess it's a click element then. I think this will do it. About to see. So now I have to start a brand new preview session for those changes. It's all good. So this is what it looks like in preview mode. We got all our IDs, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. But then I can jump over, do all this again, get rid of that. That's what I do all day. Just do nerdy stuff. Okay, they wouldn't let me add it again. All right, whatever. Proceed to check out. Let's see. "15 seconds. Let's see if it fires. I got a begin checkout day layer push already coming through, so I could actually start it with that. What does my bending cart look like though? Nothing. Still no Facebook. I could just make it so that it's whenever it's loaded. That would be interesting. Excuse me. I like to check this part to see if it pops up here. There's also this part, which could be interesting. Watch this. So I can jump here. I want to get it now. I mean, I am live. I need that element ID. Ugh. That part I missed. That's the part I messed up on. Place underscore order. Button alt. That's fine. Is it a form element or a click element? That's the part I'm not 100% sure about. It's a form. Yeah, I gotta get better about this part. Excuse me. Also, I got a couple tools up my sleeve here. I don't know why I'm doing all this. Oops. Oops. Not the analytics inspector, the debugger. This is my favorite tool. I love this thing. We call this the duck tool. Pretty awesome stuff here. So we can see everything that's coming down the pipe without even looking over. A whole bunch of stuff that's also interesting here. My form name is checkout. If I really wanted to get specific, right? This is from the data layer, by the way. Not the tags, not the variables. They don't even have those yet. I just have this. That might be all I need. Let's see if I can get it this way. Then I'll come back. So 90% of what I do is this type of work. Troubleshooting, finding, solving, looking at different ways to do the same thing. There's always more, multiple ways to get to the same answer. I'll just move this real quick. Let's go over to the cart. You already know that it's here. It doesn't disappear or anything. Okay, I got a DOM ready. I couldn't make it fire off a DOM ready. That'd be kind of interesting. And we got to begin checkout again. Window loaded. And we got container loaded as well. That might be it. Let me do this one more time. I think it's still in 15 seconds. I do have a begin checkout trigger. Look at all this information that's in here. That's awesome. So much, so rich. On the / checkout page, of course. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't like it because it's element visibility. There's nothing going on here. Some triggers don't like it either. So you have to kind of, what does form element leave mean? This got from GTM4WP, which is where we're installed. It's a WordPress site. You don't have a form ID on this thing. I don't know why. Probably suggested they do that. I mean, I could technically do it off of the scroll depth. We're at 90%. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? I just want it to go off. I just want it to go off, y'all. All right. Oops. I think I had a DOM ready a minute. Yeah, let's do this one. That's fine. We'll do scroll depth of 90. Easy to tell that you're at the bottom of the screen at that point. Vertical scroll depth. And let's do 90. I'd probably go 75 or 90. Let's go page path / checkout. Right this way. They'll name it themselves if you just try to speed through. But yeah, I can do both and then see. Let's troubleshooting again. So that looks like this. Let's reload her. If I can get through my first example, showing you guys, God. Then I'm here, I'm just chilling, posted. Oops, why did I do that? Damn it. Time out. My bad. Got a little excited there. Let's try again. Okay, so the tag fired. Let's see where. Right here at 90. Yay. Okay, I'm on the checkout page. Scroll depth and then regex. I'm here. Let's see what everything lines up. Boom, boom, boom. Then that triggers that last part. I want to see what this is. What's this about? I don't know how to interpret this, but it's firing off of this scroll depth trigger. Find out more information here. I'm at 75%. Here we go. And then I'm triggering at 75%. Nice. And that's all she wrote. And then if we look at the variables, we got other stuff going on. I got this trigger, obviously. I got to figure out more about that, but I'm on the right page. Blah, blah, blah. Refer from cart. I could probably add that in as a second layer of, dude, why'd I keep doing that? Damn. A second layer of protection. And let me do it again so I can show you guys what I mean by a second layer of protection, because that shit is interesting. So, I'm not gonna hold back. There's that. We know that it's gonna be on this. It went twice, so we went on 90%, I bet. Let's see. It's not in here. It's in here. Data layer. 90. Boom. Also 75. Boom. Notice that on my trigger, I put both 90 and 75. That's why I went twice. Okay. On top of that, the variables tell me that the referrer is /cart. So, and that's right next to this. I don't know what you guys can see on your screen, but I can see that part. Then I can steal this refer, and let's say that I just wanted to be more specific about this trigger. I could actually go here, scroll depth, and I could say, okay, it needs to have this plus referrer, which is the standard feature. It needs to contain this, or is exactly matches, you know what I'm saying? Matches regex, or starts with, ends with, equals even more specific. So we do it like this. And keep in mind, I was trying to trigger off of element visibility and it didn't work out. So get rid of that because it's not working. And so I still get the same result. I just had to find a different way to get to it. So I love that piece of the pie, like the puzzle part. Alliteration. All right, so if I jump over to this and proceed, scroll down. Okay, I hit my depth. I'm in here. Scroll depth, it's gonna hit me twice. Same Facebook event twice. Scroll depth, one at 90, one at 75, like I said. And it's gonna pull the rest of these things into the data layer as well. The only downside to that is obviously I had this information in the data layer. I probably need to add this to the event so that I can at least pass all this information in the data layer. push and then use it. It doesn't look like it's being used in any of those tags. That doesn't mean that it's useless though. And then you have some details about that interaction. All right, cool. That's all I got, man. Pretty straightforward, pretty basic stuff, but wanted to take the time to explain it. Y'all aren't getting my credit card information. No, sir. Yeah, that's about it. That's what I do all day for fun. Yay. And then you add on layers like, you know, Google Ads. You guys might have seen the audience pixel that I was playing around with inside of this account. There's also this guy, the audience manager. It looks like this. So let me know if you're interested. It's my lead pixel, 65,000, 97% match rate. The average is 29 to 62%. Mine's 97% because I know how conversion tracking works pretty well. So if you never want to run cold traffic, holler at me, because this is pretty much the way to do it. All right, that's all I got for today. A little search looking for graphics related to GTM event parameters. And I'm gonna end it like that, man. This is it's fun. It's all fun. We're just playing around, trying to enjoy it. Looks like I have some. Yeah, I don't have any like. I'll probably run this joint. Visit fixyourtracking.com to schedule a call. Hope you can hear this music, and I hope that it doesn't get banned. I do want drum and bass to be a part of my brand. This is the music that gets me through the days. I'll play around with this. Anybody out there watching, man, just be encouraged. Do it your way. Be yourself. Be smart. Enjoy. It's all a big ass game. So I see it at least. I think the PNGs are the ones that are transparent. I'm so bad about this. I need like a white one on this dark background though, bro. If I can do this. I love the color though, but yeah, we can do it this way. Thinking about getting an overlay made too. You know, they got all kinds of stuff going on here. Anyways, that's all I got, y'all. Let it ride out. Annie, you want to make a cameo? You're on live stream right now. Camera's facing that way. Just a heads up. Littlest. The camera's right there. Okay. It's Annie. Yay.
Warrior turn.
Thank you, babe. Alright, sleepy time. Tis time. Alright, peace out.